You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 38 of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? We have for you guys today a game that we have been sent by Mr. Seb. A game that was actually played quite some time ago, almost a year ago now. But it's a little gem that never got posted, and we've bagged it for our show today.
You managed to wrangle it out of the hands of Seb and got a hold of it here to show for you guys. And it's Epsilon Seb versus LuckyStilet on Semois. You ready to go, Tommy?
I am ready.
Pause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From the looks of it, looks like Seb is just doing standard 2 engineers, building his rags first. Anything special from Stilet? His first pios are not building.
He is doing a 3 pioneer start here, sending the first one straight out to the middle. Second pioneer is, however, building the Vermont quarter, so no dodgy FHQ stuff here today.
Okay, yeah. It could have been an FHQ start, but if he's building his quarters with the second pios, it's still good enough. Is there a very good time you can do by building your quarters with your second pios? If you're going 3 pio, will you have exactly enough manpower to build like a Volk squad when it's completed, or is there a trick to 3 pio start?
I think he's going to have perfectly 250 manpower when he finishes it. Yep, and it is exactly, it's perfect 250 manpower, but he is not building it. He's actually waiting for the 280 manpower to build himself a Volk first.
Okay, so you could time an MG with 3 pio. If you build the quarters with your second pio, you could get exactly almost on the button 250 manpower to pump up an MG first. If you want to do, maybe if you really enjoy doing a fast pin on Semois MG bike opening, maybe?
Yeah, that's totally viable, and I know that one of the players who's practicing that a lot on streams lately is Lollipop, doing a lot of that MG bike quick pin stuff.
Quick pin stuff is always enjoyable to see in streams, I think. We did have a Jeep out first from Seb, so a little bit special here. And he chases off the first pios just after they cap the fuel outside of Stilet's base, but he's gonna deny them to keep capping on the left-hand side of the map. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Seb actually decides to do in this game, if he wants to go for a heavy left-hand side and lock that down with a lot of fuel harassment on the Wehrmacht fuel outside of the base, and then combat in the center of the map, perhaps.
Going straight into the base with this Jeep is actually it's a pretty funny thing you can do on this map so easily, because the MG doesn't really cover it. He took a little bit of a burst, but not really any damage. And he's going to probably force... I mean, there's an MG being built second out of the Wehrmacht quarters, but it's going to be... I don't know. I mean, if Seb catches it off guard...
He could push it around.
Yeah, he could push it around and do some damage here. He's keeping his pioneers sort of pinned inside their base, though.
God, that is so
They're
annoying.
Pretty low health, actually.
Yeah, he might actually be able to polish them off. Hopefully he stocked up on reinforce on that pio squad, so if it goes very low health, he can pop out of the headquarters and get a reinforcing member instantly. But yeah, it is very low health, and it has stopped the cap on the left-hand side for LuckyStilet. He is moving out onto the center with his first Volk squad against the first rifle out from Seb after the Jeep build. And the rifles are gonna garrison themselves into these shirts, but it's not really good considering there's only the one window on the front, so he's majorly outgunned right now, and MG is on the field as well. He's gonna set up, he's gonna force Seb to vacate the church, go around the corner, not to get caught, but MG is bursting all over the place. Ooh. That was a weird burst.
Yeah, it's because it has to keep on switching targets, but there's always that one man who just sticks outside.
Yeah, on the other side of the wall, while the other 5 members of the rifleman squad is safe behind the wall of the church, but they still get suppressed because that one dumbass guy who didn't tie his shoelaces still gets suppressed.
Apparently so. We do have a very quick pin coming into place here by LuckyStilet going straight for Seb's cutoff. MG goes into that strong house just across the road from it. He really is just capped the sort of the Vermont cube that you get on this map. You know, the fuel immediately outside the base, the +5 munitions in the middle, and the +16 on the side. And now is going for the cutoff.
Yeah, and that Jeep has taken quite a bit of flak. It's below 50% health now, but there are 2 rifles out, you know, before the pin went into effect. They are suppressing one of the rifle squads now, however, and the second MG pops into the church as well. This could be tough to crack for Seb here. He needs to micro properly and, you know, stay in the green cover at the graveyard with his rifles. Oh, quick nades!
Quick nades, that's a good counter to the fast MG. That's a nice nade as well. It's such a big building, I thought it might not take so much of a casualty, but he does go down to just 1 man on the MG squad, but that rifle is very, very low.
Extremely low health, getting chased down by Volk squad here. He might be polished off on retreat if the MJ switches targets quickly enough. The MP40 gunners shoot down one of the guys on retreat. Volks are trying to pursue him, but he is actually gonna be able to run the gauntlet back to base. That was quite lucky. He could have lost that rifle there.
Yeah, he could have definitely lost that. That was a stroke of luck to get away with it. It's gonna be kind of tricky now for him though, because he's stuck with virtually all of his fighting units back behind his own lines. Having to come out of the base and into the arc of fire from this MG in the building.
Yeah, he's deciding to go with the 3rd rifleman out of the racks on the right-hand side of the map instead, and he's probably going to go over trying to reinforce his engineers capping there. But there is a very early flamer from Stillet on one of his pyos, which is going to tip the tide into his favor during this matchup if he gets a nice crit. But Seb's doing some nice micro, but here's the sniper to lay down the hurt on the engineers, forcing them to retreat as well. It's not looking extremely bright for Seb right now. The pin is in effect.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, a sniper! Oh, I heard the mine explode, and I was wondering what actually died. So those sneaky engineers actually went behind the lines, planted that mine at the strong house, and then went down to cap. And the sniper actually is the one that, unfortunately, hits the mine. I think that sniper only had the 1 kill as well on the engineers, and then he died.
Yeah, that's actually forcing Stillet to get a second sniper. That does give Seb a little bit more time to choose what tech path he wants to go. He's actually sending his rifles. They took the far side out of the base, all the way up. Looks like he's trying to shape up for a flank here.
Oh, that Jeep is in dire straits. It might go out if the Volk tried. I think it tried to force him. I saw one of the Volk members picked up the
It
false.
kind of looked like it, didn't it? Which suggests he's gone tier 2, but he is actually building the sniper before he's making the tier 2.
Maybe he's feeling very confident
here,
now. With the MG pin in effect, I mean.
Yeah, I mean he's got the pin in place, but we do have the decap coming in now, or the cap coming in for Seb. He's distracted the MG arc of fire with 1 rifle. Another rifle comes in from behind. That 1-man MG squad is still there in the church. 1 grenade would probably be enough to flush it out.
It's very dangerous to keep 1-man squad in a house. If it goes down, he loses the weapon as well. But he can't really approach the church to throw a nade in there, as the Volks just upgraded to MP40s. The second MG actually decides to leave that strong building. He's trying to set up in a different direction to cover the cutoff more properly. Here comes the MP40s to... Oh, nice grenade, however, and he moves right into it with the Volks and loses the MG! And the weapon as well!
Oh, that's a big
oh no, MG in the church goes down!
Oh,
god.
2 MGs down in the blink of an eye, leaving the only fighting units for Stillet now. This single Volk MP40 now retreating, and the sniper recently popped out of the base.
Yeah, with the Jeep surviving. That was great for Seb.
Yeah, and the Jeep, yeah, that was a lucky.
The Jeep actually lived.
Seriously, 2% health.
Yeah, it was damaged anyway. I was sure it was gonna go down when the Volks started pursuing it, but you know, he got the road bonus even with the damaged engine. They're pretty damn quick, and he actually got fuel harass again on LuckyStilet's fuel outside of the base. So still no other buildings in Stillet's base, and down to just is it a sniper and a Volk and Pyos? Is that it?
Well, he did just build a second sniper, so it's double snipers and a Volk MP40, and then going straight to tier 2. Can't afford to stick around in tier 1 too long lest he face a faster mate, although Seb is actually going for the triage as a tech now, which he may be slightly frustrated with when he realizes that He's now facing only a single Volk between him and 2 snipers.
Yeah, the snipers are not gonna do any health damage. It's just gonna straight out kill the rifleman instead. So, you know, the only health damage he will be getting is maybe from, you know, a Pio, a Flamer, or the Volks. He probably could have benefited more by going fast M8. As you know, he spent the fuel on grenade upgrades, but apart from that, he's not spent any more fuel. He's got no bars, you know, no WSC tech in the base or anything.
Oh no, Faust on the Jeep! Oh wow, those guys really flew. Wow, those guys flew. My god. Look at the tire. All the way. It's all the way on the road. Damn.
They do explode in quite a fiery way. I'm not sure what's going on sometimes with explosion dynamics, but it's very pretty to look at.
Yeah, it's always the Jeeps and bikes always seem to explode the most spectacularly.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure, you know, they gotta be booby trapped somehow. You know, so the other side can't overtake them if the crew gets killed. Obviously, that can't happen in Competitive Heroes, but
Competitive Heroes do.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you can booby trap your tanks.
They said when I was at Eurogamer, they said any vehicle. Can
so
be
that
taken. Means everything from recon vehicles. I mean, when I was playing the demo, the 2v2 skirmish demo in the Moscow level, I took over what most people would nowadays recognize as a PE armored car. I took one of those over when playing as the Russians.
Oh wow, that is nice. But can you booby trap them?
Not currently.
Not currently, yeah. Because, you know, since Jeeps and bikes explode, you know, so amazingly in Competitive Heroes, I can just presume that they're like loaded with TNT or something.
Yeah.
So when they actually explode, they really explode. Seb has decided to go armor, by the way. He's got field repairs unlocked, and he's going for the motor pool. It's just completed right now. He's got no flamer upgrades or anything, so he saved up all of his munitions. He's got 170 in the bank, so maybe a fully upgraded M8. No, here we go. I saw he spent some munitions, and it is indeed a flamer. LuckyStilet being quite passive now, however. He's just planting mines and defending himself.
To press out. He's only got 2 Pios and a Volk to really cap with. Then he's got these 2 snipers, and he actually rebuilt an MG as well before building anything from his tier 2 building. However, from the Krieg barracks, we are shortly going to see a pack popping out of there, so that's going to be a bit of insurance against the fast M8. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold off all these rifles. You know, 3 rifles with grenades backed up by 2 flamers. Yeah. It's a lot of anti-infantry firepower, and they are all about to run into the single Vulcan B40 squad.
And B40 is probably feeling kind of confident when they see 1 rifle squad, but 2, no, 3, no way, 2 flamers, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this is Seb's entire army. He seems to
get the hell out.
Going all the way up to the top. I mean, I guess it doesn't really make sense to go and go back to the middle because he knows that's going to be heavily defended. He knows that's where the snipers are going to be and such. And you know, there's nothing that he can cut LuckyStilet off from there that he hasn't already taken. He's taken the cutoff for the plus 16 munitions, so there's no reason for him to go down there. And actually, it's not an M8 we have. We have an Infantry half-track.
Oh, but there are mines.
Lots of mines, yeah, lots of mines around here.
And the pack
does cloak. I don't know if Seb saw it. I don't think he did because he's running straight into it. Oh, wow. Damage ended with the first shell.
Yeah.
Very unlucky. Oh, boy. I hope he didn't buy the quad upgrade on
No, there was no... Wow, what the hell just happened? One of the riflemen, there were a 3-man rifleman squad in the half-track, and one of them died in the explosion, and the double snipers actually managed to kill the entire squad after they jumped out of the burning wreckage of the half-track. So so Seb not only down a half-track from his motor pool, which was out first, he also lost a rifle in that engagement. In that very, very minor skirmish, everything just went downhill for Seb there. That was not good.
Not good at all. I mean, Seb is still capitalizing in a big, big way on map control here, but even so, that is not good.
Yeah, but it does even out the odds for LuckyStilet, so that's probably gonna make for a better game, considering he lost 2 MGs in that in the pin engagement there outside of Seb's base. We do have an OP on the fuel as well, so he's got plenty of fuel income, 28 plus right now, and his M8's on the field and fully upgrading. He's got the skirts, he's got the top gunner upgrading right now, and he's gonna run into these pioneers. I'm not sure, was that mine planted successfully?
Not quite. It's literally I've never seen a mine get so close to completion without being completed.
1 pixel away, I guess.
It's barely even a fucking pixel. That is nothing. But he didn't quite get it. Actually, if Seb hadn't killed that 1 man, he would have finished it.
Yeah.
But
the AI
it's
jumped.
still, I mean, it still denied Seb, actually being able to go there. People often, when they're laying mines, they think, oh, I better cancel it if my opponent sees me lay it. And while that's true, if he has a flamer or a minesweeper nearby, if there's an M8 about to come down your way, you may as well just keep laying it, because that's just a place where he now can't go.
Yeah, he has to wait for sweepers or flamers
exactly.
to destroy it.
And you just delay him. And early game, you force him to get a minesweeper, which is great if you're US, because it means one less mine for the bear player.
Yeah, the M8 took a bit of flak from the pack, but nice assault from Seb. Flamers moving in on to the pack gun, and Rifles with a grenade flushes the MG out of the house, but nice dodge from LuckyStilet. The pack crew does go down, but the 2 snipers ensures that Seb can stick around to steal it or destroy it. So yeah, a good minor skirmish from Seb there.
Yeah, if only the MA hadn't taken so much flak, he could have gone in there and taken advantage of the fact that there's no AT out. LuckyStilet now actually making a fairly rapid tech to tier 3. Very strange unit composition, really, but I mean, he's got the manpower and the fuel to build himself a Stug or a Puma, whatever he wants, really. And he's also opted to go for Blitz.
Ah, Blitz, okay. So Blitz versus Armor in this game here. He did plant an M8 mine with the M8 before he started repairing with his Flamer NGs, which was just forced to retreat due to the 2 double Hans clones. But that MP40 Vox is very low health. They were down to 2 men after recrewing the pack, but the rifles are actually gonna retreat here as the MG in the house outside of LuckyStilet's cutoffs opens fires on them, and there's 2 snipers around. He's not gonna be able to stick around when he gets suppressed anyways.
We do now have a Stug being produced in the Wehrmacht base, and we do have the Stu unlocked as well. Almost 500 manpower. 500 manpower necessary, and there it is. The Stu is now brought onto the field, so that's going to complement LuckyStilet's forces nicely here. That's going to give him, well, the double snipers are more than enough AI, really, as we've seen. Just the threat of those is making Seb force very early retreats.
Yeah, very early retreats, and he's also staying away from them. And he's on the left-hand side, he's in the center, he goes on the right-hand side. So he's forcing the snipers to run around uncloaked to change locations to be able to kill anything. And when they actually arrive, Seb is already left. So he's doing pretty good denying the double snipers a lot of kills. He's not just heading into LuckyStilet's cutoff over and over again with all of his forces taking massive casualties from the 2 snipers. There are only 16 kills between the 2 of them, and 16 is not too shabby. It's not that bad. It's not 50 at least.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they did take out a whole squad, but
yeah, that's
aside
true.
from that, they're looking relatively okay. But here comes another big push. Yeah, I guess so. There was nothing there, so. Yeah. But here it comes now. We have a Stug and a Stu. This is the power of Blitz, to be able to suddenly hit your opponent with multiple vehicles at once. Part of the power of the 4 Pyro strategy that Aimstrong devised is with Blitz, is the fact that you can have these Pumas and Stugs, and then suddenly you bring on the Stu and
Stormies.
This huge army. Yeah. It does manage to get the middle cap though. Seb, they're putting on a lot of VP pressure, taking LuckyStilet down to just 260 VPs here while maintaining 459 of his own. So it's a pretty bad position VP wise.
It's a pretty big problem for LuckyStilet losing the tier 1 units. He doesn't have that many capping units, and there was a nicely placed mine which actually destroyed the engine of the M8. Something just exploded. Rifles on outside of the fuel point.
Check out that M8. It actually ran into a mine. LuckyStilet placed a mine before going to cap the point because he knew it would act as a nice little bait, and that's exactly what's happened here.
It is getting instantly repaired, however, and his engine is already back. But the Stug and Stu now moving out, and there's basically no hard AT from Seb. He just upgraded the sticky bombs, he just built his tank depot, but he has no AT gun. And, the Stu isn't the best AT force in the game, but it's still pretty good against light vehicles like M8s and half-track. It still does damage, and it still hits them now and then. Combined with the Stug, the M8 has no chance of circle strafing one of them to death, because the second one is going to be focus firing him. So Seb is left with basically no AT, except for maybe sticky spam, but it's not very reliable unless your opponent screws up the micro and doesn't back away from him.
Indeed, and having gone armor, he's got no rangers or airborne or airdrop AT guns, so he's going to have to get an AT gun of his own or take the tank depot. I know I would probably go for the tank depot tech, especially because he's got okay, tank
and M10 is produced.
Ah, very nice, the M10. We haven't seen very many M10s recently. It's all been about the Hellcats.
A lot of M18s lately, yeah.
Sniper infantry.
Sniping infantry, because that's what AT tanks does. Gunner gets killed by the first shot from the Stug on the M8 here in the north. Here comes the Flamer and Rifle, however. He might try to get a sticky on to make the Stug a little bit slower, so he's M10.
He's gonna block it. Oh, nice block. Nice block here.
The Stug decides to go forward. He needs to go somewhere. He was gonna get sticky anyway.
Swiped a rifleman in the face. Damaged engine on one of them. Here come the double snipers though, and it wipes out an entire rifle squad. Another, I gave that guy 4 out of 10 for doing his little flip over the lake there. But here comes the M10 here. Going to be able to polish off both Stug and Stu, I would imagine.
Yeah, if you can get the Stug, there's no problem. There's a second Stug now, however, but he's gonna focus on the very damaged engine Stug first, which is a good idea. The first M10 shot actually bounces on the frontal armor. A little bit unlucky from Seb there. But combined with the M8, there's no problem taking that out. But there is still a new Stug produced, and the pack is moving back. I can see it moving on the minimap outside of LuckyStilet's cutoff. So, very, very good pressure from Seb here. He's gonna force LuckyStilet to relocate all of his forces just to back up his tanks here, so he doesn't lose them aimlessly. He needs to keep them.
Oh, here comes the pack now has joined the fray. This could turn things into LuckyStilet's favor. Faust is about to go off, but there's field repairs now popped. Very effective on these low health M10s.
Oh, he might actually lose the M10, however. The pack is moving up, but he is protected by the hedge. He's just sticking around waiting for it. And the Stug is very damaged, so he can't really afford chasing that M10 either. Because
is that another use of field repair instantly afterwards?
No, he can't. No. It's on cooldown. It just ended, and he's just waiting. He does have enough munitions, however. He could pop it again, but this M8 could be Fausted to that. The bolts are laying in the Faust on him. There it is! M8 goes down. The M10 is fairly repaired right now, and with the Stug dead and the pack decrewed, there's nothing that can really kill it.
Well, there is a second Stug actually just got produced in LuckyStilet's base. He needs to bring it back into the fight, though. He also needs to get that Volk squad remanned.
I'm not sure who's blocking who. Is the M10 blocking Stu or Stu blocking the M10? I'm not sure. Both of them got stuck on each other, kind of.
M10 just needs one solid penetration.
There it is.
And there we go. Vet 2 for that M10. 3
Faust on the Volk. Oh, gets out of range, but the M10 stops, and here comes the Stug, and it's very low health.
Oh, this could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous here.
Oh, nice frontal penetration on the M10. It is still alive, however. It's going to get the road bonus, and hopefully, if it's micro-road correctly, going to get out of dodge. It's stopping, however, as Seb is microing infantry in the center of the map. Main gun destroyed. Very lucky not losing the M10 right there.
Yeah, very lucky. LuckyStilet's going to be kicking himself. He needs to get that pack recruit, which he has now done. But yeah, there's a lot of Stugs and Stews just went down right there.
To basically one M8 casualty from Seb. The rifle squad as well to the snipers. I see that Seb now has also gone WSC and built a sniper. I guess even though he's staying away from the snipers.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah, it's just been sitting there for a while.
Floating around, yeah, waiting to get a counter snipe off.
But
here comes another. The pack is now set up though, so M10 is probably. Is he going to go for the circle strafe? He only needs one more penetration. Oh, but he misses.
And he's combat repairing it now, and combined with the pack, the M10 can stick around for a second shot on the very damaged Stug. And there's another use of field repairs. Seb is basically floating munitions. He's got 100 in the bank after using that, and he's got a 43 income. So he's going to be able to spam a lot of field repairs, saving the asses of these M10s, really. Double snipers.
You don't see a whole lot of field repair usage.
It's all AWM.
Yeah, it's all AWM. I mean, AWM is more powerful, but obviously it's the other tree, and it is more expensive. Yeah. So it's, you know, horses for courses and all that. Here comes the Vet 2 M10 coming in now.
Oh, there he goes.
He does take out the Stug. This carcass gets instantly blown to pieces.
And one Faust is not going to be able to kill that M10 if LuckyStilet can even afford it.
Oh, is he going for a squish?
Oh, nice
he does
squish.
Get one squish off. Very nice.
Flamers
the
against the pack.
sniper is out to decrew. Yep, there we go. There's the decrew. And the Axis snipers are all the way down in the middle, protecting the middle, 14 and 13 kills respectively now.
Seb is mining off the pack as well, as it's probably going to get recrewed, and there's nothing from Seb himself to steal it, as there's no rifles even remotely close to it. So, you know, doing the second best by mining it off, or he could actually also probably destroy it with the M10s, but he's decided to mine it off to, you know, do more casualties on LuckyStilet. Another Stug now, lots of Stugs. I think he could have benefited from, like, you know, he has his Campcraft center up. Just Vet 1 on his tanks, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Vet 1. I mean, I
He's
mean,
so cheap.
really, he's built so many. He could have had the most epic Stug Armada ever if he'd kept them alive. But it is regrettable. Here come the Volks though. If they reman that, oh, they don't even manage to reman it, so he doesn't get to use the mine.
Ah, so Seb decides not to wait to inflict more damage onto
Well, the thing is, that
Infantry.
pack is really the only solid AT, and actually it is forcing LuckyStilet to build himself another pack. But Seb now has the sniper to decrew that, although the sniper is down in the middle, where also we have a Pershing.
Pershing, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Just
Pershing was
sitting
unlocked just a minute ago, and purchased instantly when he hit 800 manpower. So,
And we
yeah.
actually have Blitzkrieg unlocked for LuckyStilet. He's gone down the right-hand side tree after getting the stew.
Ah, so he went Storm, Stew on the left-hand side and then right-hand side. Maybe he's going for manpower blitz to try to save his ass. I'm not sure. He needs more units because he's lost a lot of them, especially vehicles now. And a lot of tier 1 units went down in the early game as well. Here comes the 2 snipers. Opens up on some capping rifles.
Oh! Boy. You
that a
gotta
Pio
love
squad?
it when you see those kind of shots from.
Oh my god, what was
Whoa.
that? He hit a mine, I think.
I give those guys a 5 out of 10. I mean, it was less lateral and more horizontal, but
And then when it actually needs to hit something that's the target is way bigger, being a Stug, the Pershing shoots straight into the ground. It's like you can snipe these poor Pios, but you can't hit a huge ass tank. What's wrong with you? Here's the second pack and the 2 M10s moving in to finish off this. What is this? 5th Stug now? Blitzkrieg!
Use now. That Stug suddenly speeds up on the road here. Gonna fire a little bit faster as well.
Nice! Gets a nice
does.
M10 kill.
He does get the kill there.
Oh, there it goes! Vet 3 M10 with 4 tank kills now. I think 1 Stew and 3 Stugs to the same M10, but with Blitzkrieg still active, that Stug reload is massive and kills the Vet 3 M10, while the Pershing is trying to decrew the pack outside of LuckyStilet's cutoff, which is getting stolen by rifles as well. It's combat repairing his Pershing under fire from a pack. Seb just does not care about that pack.
He's just trying to get the killing shot off. He just needs 1 good hit.
He's just not getting lucky.
He's
Really?
just not, is he? He's just
No.
not hitting a thing.
Yeah, the rifles
He
might
just needs to
be able to
pick
do
it.
it. Yeah, the
Or
Pershing
throw
is
a
extremely
nade
low
or
health.
Something.
MG and sniper. Here's a nade on the pack. No, it's a sticky! Oh, it was a sticky. I thought it was a nade. And it doesn't
Sticking on
decrew
the
it.
pack.
Maybe he thought that the
Flamer
weapon
NG
damage.
goes down. Seb was busy up in the north and he lost the Flamer NG. 2 Volk MP40s down there.
Ah, at the munitions point. Oh yeah, I see the corpses of the engineers now. That's not good. He needs engineers now if he wants to keep producing TD units. You know, you need 2 engineers so you can reliably repair them. Quick enough to get them back onto the field. You can't just stay back and just sit back because, as we've talked about in other episodes, if you just be very passive, way too passive and do full retreats and then just hang around in the backfield repairing, the Wehrmacht player is going to punish you and cap up the whole map and set up a nice strong defensive position.
Yeah, exactly. But this Pershing could pose a real problem. I mean, the only counter is really the pack. The Stug is like prime meat for a
Pershing.
For a Pershing, yeah. Pershing just hunts Axis armor like Stugs and P4s and Oswins for breakfast. So you do need like a pack, at least a pack. But he's actually got 2, which is more along the lines of what you need to counter a Pershing. Either that or a Panther, but obviously we don't have tier 4 tech. We're sticking in the Stug spam mode for now.
Yeah, well, it's kept him in the game a little bit, He hasn't lost yet, and there's still room for a comeback from LuckyStilet. He's still got both snipers alive, so he can really punish the infantry from Seb. But at the same time, he's lost a lot of vehicles compared to Seb's. He lost 2 M10s essentially.
He lost 2 M10s, yeah,
That's
and
it.
that was after killing, an awful lot of Stugs.
5 Stugs and a Stew or something like that. But he did
we
lose
do
the MP40
have-
Volk, so his capping
Yeah.
power is drastically decreasing very quickly, and he's already down to 119 VPs, which might be the nail in the coffin from LuckyStilet this game. Even if he does get a comeback rolling in, he's not going to be able to, capitalize on capping, and maybe Seb can just, camp 2 VPs and win.
Well, he is kind of stabilizing now, though, LuckyStilet. He does have kind of all the units that he needs, at least, to kind of counter what Seb has. Seb just has... I mean, I was going to say Seb just has more of it, but really, what does he have? How many rifles does he have left?
2 rifles, 2 engineers. He rebuilt 1 engineer after losing that flamer, so he's still got the vet 1. But he's lost 2 rifles.
Is now actually quite, you know, it's on par or smaller than LuckyStilet's army. 2 rifles, 2 engineers, and a Pershing. The Pershing basically being the focal point of his whole army, while, you know, LuckyStilet's got that countered with 2 packs very easily. Yeah. And 2 snipers will make mincemeat out of just 2 rifles. You know, 3, 4 rifles, no, but just 2 of them, yeah, no problem.
It's going to be able to deny most of the capping power from Seb with the double snipers especially. They are very, very good at decreasing the squad size of riflemen very rapidly, and especially engineers. You know, 1 shot each and he's forced to retreat. We do have a Sherman out and we do have upgun tech already. He must have done the upgun, you know, before... after
so
building the 2 M10s.
On the Pershing
yeah,
as well.
to get HVAP on the Pershing. So basically, he probably upgunned and then bought the Pershing.
So that thing is... No wonder it's been poning Stokes. But, no,
well, it's been poning Infantry too.
We actually have... You want to know what we have building now from LuckyStilet? A 3rd sniper to add to the group.
Oh, God. That's going to force rifles to retreat after 1 shot each. They're going to go down to 3 men and be forced to retreat instantly. Blitzkrieg popped.
Blitzkrieg. Here comes the upgun Sherman, but he's got overlapping packs.
Yeah, and 2 Stugs. There's a nice sticky, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of that Sherman. It goes down, and the Pershing now is all alone again. And he is fairly damaged, and he's going to try to decrew this pack, but he's just not getting lucky with the decrewing shots from the Pershings on versus packs this game.
And that pack is firing very quickly with Blitzkrieg active.
God, yeah.
It's just boom,
very
boom,
rarely
boom.
you see Blitzkrieg used, really. You know, it's quite impressive to watch. The Stugs reload and aim fire, everything is just like super rapid fire.
Yeah. I mean, he does lose a bit of accuracy, but when you're at point-blank range, what does that matter?
Yeah, there's no problem to lose a little bit of accuracy when it's short-ranged engagements, especially if you just park your Stug on top of the other tanks and just blast away, basically. Another Sherman is produced by Seb right now, but I'm not sure. It feels a little bit like both players...
First you don't succeed?
Yeah, I guess, but you know, you gotta adapt. You gotta do something different. He needs something else. Maybe use, you know, utilize his WSC a little bit more, and you know, fish for a counter snipe. I don't know. Just to decrew the MG, the packs especially, because the Pershing can take on the Stugs, but with the packs, too much. Maybe get a mortar. A mortar would be a good idea.
I
against
don't know,
stationary weapons?
Snipers.
3 snipers. That's correct.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
right.
He'll fire on the mortar once. Seb will pack it up to retreat it, and then it'll just be like boom, boom.
Dead mortar crew and mortar weapon lost if it's packed up. Yeah, I don't know what Seb should do right now. What do you think?
Manpower Blitz just got active now, and now that Manpower Blitz is active, we've got a 3rd pack coming out. And no doubt we're going to see like more Stugs added to the mix. This is where Blitz gets dangerous. Once you get Manpower Blitz, it's like the equivalent of OMCG. Only you get to choose what you do with all that manpower instead of having it chosen for you in a dice roll. Yeah. So in a lot of ways, it's a lot more powerful. We have another Stug being produced. Still no infantry veterancy, but. I mean, no veterancy of any kind, and no tank veterancy, which he could really do with.
He needs tank vets.
He's actually run out of fuel.
Oh, he ran out of fuel. Okay.
Yeah, he's run out of fuel, but he's still got 600 manpower, so he could build himself maybe a Gren against, you know, these fairly unvetted or just vet 1 rifles. They'll win quite nicely.
Yeah, no bars or anything either on them.
Maybe give them a Shrek to diversify a little bit when facing Shermans. One of the Shermans now just upgraded with a 50 cal on the top, and that thing is pretty adept when it comes to decrewing packs, which are now setting up across the field. Look at this, packs everywhere. Like, even if he flanks 1, there's another one waiting. Oh, and Raid being used.
Yeah,
very
he built
nice.
an M8, and I was like, why did he build an M8? Hold on a second. I just looked at the VPs, and it's like LuckyStilet is down to 43, now 42 VPs, and he's chosen armor, so he builds an M8 and a Jeep. If you don't have rifles to cap in your armor, you just build some light vehicles.
Like
oh my god, all three snipers are found out by a rifleman squad here. There's a lot of stuff in this outside of LuckyStilet's cutoff. Nice sticky goes in, and here comes the Pershing trying to kill the Stug. Is he gonna block it with it, or going for the snipers? Stug goes down. All 3 packs moved over to the right-hand side to stop the cap of the VP on the M8, so the Pershing is free to move in.
God, he got so close to killing it. Pack and M8 are having a weird point-blank range fight here.
Oh, it's a
M8
mine!
goes down. Oh boy.
But LuckyStilet is desperately low on VPs. Very desperately low. 22 VPs now from LuckyStilet. He's, you know, he's being very hurt now. End game, even with manpower blitz rolling in. The early game. Triple VP cap on him is really showing now. It's 19 VPs with 2 whited. He's trying to cap with MGs and stuff. He's got nothing to cap with.
Triple packs.
Oh my god, there's triple packs. Shooting at everything in all directions.
And they all fire at the same time. It's like, what the hell?
Synchronized swimming.
This Jeep
with
raid,
packs.
M8 raiding is just hilarious. That Jeep actually almost kills one of the snipers, one of the 3 snipers. You can see how lower health it is. And now finally we have the veterancy rolling in. A bizarre choice of veterancy, if you ask me. Getting veterancy on support units. So not for the Stugs, but for
Packs
the packs and snipers. So maybe actually not such a bad idea. If it was just snipers, it would have seemed strange. But
he's got 3 of each. So
yeah.
6 units are affected.
And a ninja cap up in the north here, Pio squad. Snuck all the way up.
Hero Pio. He needs capping units. Seriously, he needs something.
Oh, he's managed to stop it. He got the white at 9 VPs now.
Not good, not good. And he's got nothing in the center to cap with. He's actually rebuilt a Vol Squad now, a fresh Vol Squad. What do you think about that? Should have he just saved up another few manpower to get a Gren?
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably
What's
what
the build time difference?
Not very much, really, build time. It's only really cost that you have to factor in here. I don't quite understand it. He's used another manpower blitz, though, and another stew has been called in. And oh my god, snipers.
Oh my god, snipers, that's correct. But they're kind of in trouble here. They're being chased by rifles, and the Stugs aren't really
low
helping.
health one. But he's missing all the snipe shots. There's still 3 left.
This is a bizarre engagement in the center.
Missing. Yeah, he does. He is forced to retreat though eventually. The ninja cap's still in place. The bottom VP now got taken. The middle VP is now whited. Top VP also got taken. So actually, finally, bit of VPs get actually drained in the opposite direction for once this game.
Keep stepping the north VP, however, with raid. LuckyStilet just needs to grab the middle one and, you know, keep control of both of them. He's got a 1 pack and a 1-man MG guarding the VP on the right-hand side where the M8 died. But apart from that, everything else from his forces are in the center. But he hasn't capped the middle VP.
He's going to grab that now, and he's actually just getting himself purchasing Vet 1 for his tanks, finally. He also just called in a stew, so he's got a stew and a Stug, and yeah, he's got 700 manpower in the bank after having used
infantry
manpower blitz.
You need infantry, LuckyStilet. Lots of infantry. We do have a sniper out from Seb.
Lots of Shrek Grens right now would be, I don't know, would be pretty useful, I'd reckon. I mean, there's nothing really to counter them. There's no sniper.
There's one. There's one at the graveyard.
Oh, is there one?
And the second one was just produced by Seb as well.
Oh wow, that sniper! He's got three enemy snipers.
3 enemies to fight off. Yeah.
He's gotta try and get one of them at least. But the horrible thing that might just happen is that LuckyStilet would just have his snipers on attack move. Seb will go for the counter snipe on the first one, and then the other 2 will just
shoot him. Yeah, that is a problem.
So
he needs to wait for all 3 of them to fire at like 1 rifleman squad and then take the shot. You know.
Yeah,
if only one of the sniper reveals himself by shooting, then he'll just get counter sniped if he's unlucky. And obviously he's killed 1 sniper then, but he's still facing 2. So yeah, it's difficult. He really needs to wait for the perfect moment to do this. But it's pretty good for scouting. He's seeing all these mines being placed by these pioneers now. So he knows that they're there. He's not going to run into them with his Pershing, for example, ruining an attack from his side.
Well, you would hope so, but it is going to force him to get a Minesweeper if he doesn't already have one. Oh, he does have a Minesweeper, but the thing is that, that's a 3-man Minesweeper squad. And there's 3 snipers.
3 snipers, yeah, that is a problem. 2 snipers
Although
Seb
has 2 snipers, yeah, it's sniper v sniper wars. Vet 2 crack tanks now unlocked for LuckyStilet. And a Nebel now being produced, so he wants to try and break the deadlock with a Nebel.
It's gonna force Seb to maneuver around a little bit. He can't just sit around waiting and repairing tanks just on the left-hand side of the church. So it's gonna force him to move away and probably do a little bit of damage. He's gonna be forced to retreat some infantry back to base, and even if you hit tanks with Nebels, you do a little bit of damage. So
yeah, main thing is gonna force him. It's gonna force Seb back when he wants to go back to retreat after these big attacks. Especially, he's trying to repair the Pershing, which takes fucking forever. Even the Shermans take quite a long time to repair. So.
They do.
But he is gradually draining the VPs. I mean, it looks quite comical. Only 9 VPs left. But yeah, he's managed to, you know, he's just got such a hardcore camp down on the middle that it's like, you know, how the fuck do you camp anything with 3 snipers there?
Yeah,
What
I don't
Seb
know.
needs is a Calliope.
Yeah, he's got the LR War Machine unlocked, so he is slowly progressing down that tree. But you know, it's been a little bit of a stalemate now.
Oh,
Nice mortar smoke. That helps.
Nice. That's what he needs.
But does it actually affect stews? Isn't that indirect fire?
Yeah, it doesn't affect stews, but what is this weird wire? What is this happening? I don't get this. Here come the snipers now. He's gonna try and get a counter snipe now.
Oh, Stu misses. He gets stickied. Pack is opening up on the Sherman. Field repairs are pushing against Stug, but he does have Pack back up. Sniper's opening up, but the counter snipe never goes in. He's just laying there uncloaked. Just kill him! Shoot him! There it is! One axis sniper down. Oh, counter snipe almost went in. Nice mortar barrage on the Pios. Kills them. Stug goes down to the Pershing. Doesn't earn him more vet, but he's still vet 1 with 2 Stug kills now. Stu trying to kill these rifles, but he does have Sherman back up, which manages to take it out. One of the packs are decrewed. The second pack gets decrewed by the Pershing, but the third one is still alive.
Well, I'd say that engagement went pretty heavily in Seb's favor.
Oh god, yes.
He did lose a minesweeper, but that's pretty much all he lost.
Look at the Jeep. It's parked right next to a mine. Is it completed?
Oh god, he's so close to that mine. If he just moves, the Nebel could even. He's backed out.
Oh.
Nope, forward.
He's sitting in the fire now.
The flames.
He's sitting in the fire. He's actually getting quite damaged from the fire. He might actually die before he caps it. What? It just stopped.
Oh, 5%.
Oh, counter snipe on Axis sniper.
Range, counter snipe. What the fuck? Oh, both snipers are uncloaked. No.
Jeep.
Oh, finally the Jeep goes down, but not before he gets the cap in place. Axis sniper now decloaked once again. Here comes the counter sniper. There's the counter sniper for that other sniper. 4 kills. I think all 4 of those sniper kills, or at least 3 of them, might be snipers.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, how do those flamers dodge that mine again?
I don't know. Is it actually completed? Because
yeah, it's complete. It's complete. It's been a little bit damaged by the Nebel, but only a very little bit.
Very, very little bit. Yeah. Very well played from LuckyStilet. There's the GG. Everything just died in that engagement. Stug, Stu, 2 out of 3 packs, or the crews at least. The MG did get sniped out, and yeah, that was basically all he had. All the snipers as well went down. So, you know, weird engagements abound. I don't know what happened this game. It was very weird. It was very strange, but very enjoyable to watch, I must say.
Yeah, I don't know. Those triple snipers really. I mean, just snipers spam in general from Wehrmacht. It's always so difficult to break for a US player, especially if you got armor. I bet Seb was probably kicking himself and thinking, "Oh god, you know, one strafe, one recon run would make this so much easier."
One recon, yeah. That would have
alas.
helped quite a lot from Seb. But at the same time, the Pershing did pretty good, and you know the fast production from the armor choice made it possible for him to produce the M10s quite rapidly when he really needed them against the never-ending stew production from LuckyStilet. So you know, good and bad.
I'm surprised he didn't get an officer. You know, just to speed up production.
Even more.
Yeah, with the manpower blitz, when he was floating all that manpower, he could have just been like, get 2 officers, double supervision.
Does that actually work? Does it stack?
No, I don't. You can only build 1, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe it gets grayed out after you build the 1 guy. You can only have 1 officer, apparently.
Oh, you could use it for prop war in the middle.
Oh, yeah. But you can't prop war a Jeep.
Ah, that's true.
And he had raid.
Could. Imagine if the guys just got out from where they're sitting. They're driving.
Jumped up for the
like,
seat
fuck
and
this
ran
shit.
away. Pamphlets! Run away from the pamphlets! I don't know what's going on, but there's pamphlets, and I'm afraid of them because apparently Americans are afraid of paper cuts. I don't get it. I don't know why they run away from pamphlets and voices from speakers. That's very scary. It's really, really scary. I would like to thank everybody that tuned in to our live cast of the Reddit finals between Tommy and Pepsi the other weekend. That was very enjoyable. We hit 400 viewers. I would like to thank everybody for subscribing lately. It's gaining quite quickly. We're up to 1,600 subs now. And if we keep up our average, which is roughly around 10 a day, we'll hit 2,000 before the new year. So... yeah, that's really the goal. 2K before 2013. So keep subscribing, keep posting comments, and keep liking our videos and share them with all your friends. And we'll see you guys for the next episode.
See you guys.